What's up guys, IceTime here. Today I'm going to bring you something new. I'm doing a game I just picked up on Steam. It's an indie game called CraftCraft. You run your own shop and make all kinds of different stuff. Now when you start off, you'll get to the character creation screen. While this doesn't seem to play a major role in the game, they do give you a decent amount of options to play around with different races, styles, colorings, hair. Each day in your shop, customers come in and place different orders for you to craft things. There's all different kinds of characters, and they all have all kinds of stories and backgrounds that they'll tell you about. Now, the crafting in this is pretty cool, and I think one of the neat things is just a little interactive 2D forge and your little crafting table. So you actually have to put the iron ingots or steel ingots in the furnace and heat them up, and then you gotta hammer them. It took me longer than I'd like to admit to realize what I was supposed to do there originally. But once you hammer it, you know, you can pick from your different base styles, and then each of them have different looks available depending on the weapon or armor that you're making. And when you go to actually hammer it too, it's kind of like a music game almost. You have to hammer it to the beat, and depending on the type of decoration and type of or I should say how fancy it is, it depends on like how fast the tempo of that beat is, and then you get to sharpen it obviously. Now how well you forge the metal and then how well you sharpen it and all that plays a effect in the overall rating of your item at the end. So I'm gonna speed this video up a little bit here as we finish making the pummel for this dagger. I don't know what that is. And then we bring it over to our workbench here. You can see I've been collecting some different little resources, and you can use this little like magnifying glass to look at them, and it'll tell you their characteristics. So if you have a certain aesthetic you have to go for, you know, you can make sure you're only using pieces that match that aesthetic. I just learned about this today actually, so that was just in time. We can go through and you got a little storage. One negative thing I'll say so far is that I haven't found a way to automate putting all my little resources in storage, so like manually dragging and dropping can be kind of a pain. But yeah, so you bring your thing over to your workbench, and then you can, you know, glue and rotate and place different things however you want, and you give it to the customer and hopefully they like it. So the orc guy here did like the dagger I made him. The blade sharpening was perfect, metal forging perfect, and then he liked the aesthetic of it. So I get to take my bag of money and put it in, and I do like this too. You get to actually like spin the mouse and crank it down. The next customer brought me a bag of broken pieces and wanted me to remake this like wooden talisman without using any new pieces. This was a pain, and I didn't know what to do. I made this hideous thing. I can't believe I actually even got as high of a grade from the customer as I did. Alright, so the last part I want to show you here is the map. So you start off with just a back alley, tavern, and workshop, but you unlock more as you go. Some locations are used for gathering like loot and items to use on your craftables, and others are for like talking to NPCs and stuff. But yeah, that's the game. That's called CraftCraft. It just came out on May 29th, and it's less than $15 for the next week, so check it out. As always, until next time, this is IceTime, signing off.